Today's lesson is easy zucchini bread. It says the prep time is 20 minutes. The cook time should be 50 minutes. Serves 18, makes 2 loaves of bread. The ingredients we'll need today are 3 cups of zucchini. 1 large zucchini is basically 3.5 cups, so that'll do that. We need 3/4 cup of unsalted butter, melted. We have our butter. 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, 1/2 teaspoon of ginger, 1/4 teaspoon of ground nutmeg, 1 1/3 cups of white sugar, 2 large eggs, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1 cup of chopped pecans or walnuts. So we have all of our ingredients. We have a clean countertop. We're ready to go. It says first is to grate the zucchini and place it in a bowl. We'll do that in just a moment. We're gonna preheat the oven for 350. Boom. First, it wants us to mix the dry ingredients. So we placed our flour, the nutmeg, the cinnamon, into this container. Then we'll mix it with a whisk here to get it evenly separated. Okay, boom, our dry ingredients are ready to go. And it says into another bowl here, we've already cracked our 2 eggs. So it says to mix our sugar, our eggs, vanilla, and some salt, and to stir in the grated zucchini and the melted butter. So let's get the butter prepped. It's asking us for 3/4 cup of unsalted butter. So we're gonna whisk the melted butter, the eggs, and the sugar together. Then we're gonna add the dry flour. One of these is a 1/2 cup. It wants 3/4, so we're gonna do the math and say 1.5 of these. We'll get our butter in a microwave safe bowl. And once we get this melted butter, the sugar, and the eggs whipped up with a whisk, we will add the dry ingredients, then we'll add the zucchini. Melt that butter up. Get these eggs mixed up. It's asking for 1.5 cups of white sugar. So we'll get our sugar in here, whisk this with the butter, add the dry ingredients, whip it together, add the shredded zucchini, chop up the walnuts, put it in there, and we'll put it in our 2 pre-greased baking pans. Then we'll add it to the oven at 350, and we will bake these for 50 minutes. We'll check them with a toothpick to make sure it comes out clean. Then we're gonna cool the pans for 10 minutes on the rack. Then we'll serve it with some warm butter. That'll be it. We still have a moment, so let's go ahead and get this going. Get these eggs whipped up. Add our sugar. One and a half cups of sugar. Make sure to mix the sugar and the eggs evenly. We don't want any clumps. We want this to be smooth as can be. So it should look something like this. we get that butter melted, we'll add it to this mixture. Then we'll add our dry ingredients. We'll add the zucchini. We can start by chopping up these walnuts. So we'll get a medium-sized handful of walnuts, put onto this cutting board. We have an extra sharp knife here. We'll get these cut up. Take your time while cutting up these walnuts. You don't want them flying all over the place. These are precious organic walnuts. You can leave some big and some small. We'll have a nice mix. See if that butter's ready. 1.5 sticks of butter. Now that this butter's soft, it should blend in just fine. Now that we've got this creamed, we'll add the dry ingredients, we'll add the zucchini, we'll bake these off, and let you know how this turns out.